AP Voice. My guest today is a Dove Award-winning hip-hop artist from St. Petersburg, Florida. He's a member of the acclaimed 116 Clique, and he's renowned for his Billboard chart-topping hits about God's grace and redemption. Here to talk about his latest album, Tomorrow We Live, and his brand new single, Sideways, it's the one and only, super talented KB. KB, welcome to New York. How you doing?
Hey, I am cold.
Right, it's freezing.
But I am warming up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How are you liking the city?
I love the city, though, in the sense of the culture and the fashion. Everyone's fashionable here.
Right.
The guy who drove me to our first destination today was from the Ukraine.
Oh, wow.
So I love just the
You get a broad range of people. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Congrats on the new track, Sideways. That comes out today.
Yes, yes, yes.
It has a very trap feel to it, and I love that.
Yes, yes,
What
yes.
exactly is the song about?
Yeah, so the song is basically about, it's from two perspectives. One is how people will look at you different.
Okay.
I have on many occasions have people trying to figure out what is happening. Like, for example, one of the points that I make in the song is about, you know, I fly a lot. I never pay for first class tickets. I don't have anything like that. But I fly a lot, so I get upgraded sometimes.
Yeah.
So you see this, you know, urban black man sitting in first class, sits down, looks like he might be trouble. And all of a sudden he just opens a Bible, and folks are like,
Oh, wow. They're
the whole
like,
world
what is going on?
up. So stuff like that, you know, that where people are like, you just don't seem to, you're not what I expected on any level.
Yeah.
And it causes them to look at you sideways.
Yeah.
And then there's just all that's what it is, but why I get that reaction is because I'm leaning in grace. I'm leaning sideways in truth. I'm leaning in absolute reliance on the Lord. I'm not just some special dude. I'm the product of a very extraordinary God.
Absolutely. You should never judge a book by its cover, they say. That's so true.
Yeah.
So you're a Christian rapper. You're from St. Petersburg in Florida.
Southside.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And
yes.
like most people, you know, you've been through some things.
Yeah.
In your youth, you went from, you know, dabbling in drugs to battling depression, to, you know, overcoming that and being saved and living a life that honors Christ.
Right.
How did you get to that point? How were you able to overcome your struggles?
Growing up, I had some talents. I thought that basketball was the one that was going to be for me, but I find myself more on the bench than in the game. But I've always had sort of a savviness with academics. It came fairly easy to me, partly maybe to do with the school system, but I was in all AP classes without really trying.
Yeah.
And I got selected to join this program, sort of a experiment type thing, where they were letting high school students go to college early. So with that opportunity, I thought, along with folks around me, that this is the ticket, right? It's the golden ticket.
Right.
And I got there and found myself very unmotivated, discouraged, was failing classes, because behind closed doors, which is a challenge for a lot of inner city kids, is there's so much happening at home that it's difficult to even see the importance of what's happening at school.
Okay.
So it was in that, you know, with the depression and finding that the darkness that was sort of brewing in my heart started to spill into action. I'm finding myself feeling unsafe unless I got a weapon, or I'm snapping on people. And it was a turning point. I got this scar right here.
Yeah.
Because one day at school I was, like, you know, trying to buck up against somebody in a game of football, and he put his head down, and I split my eye open.
Wow.
And I remember I walked up to this girl and I said, "Am I bleeding?" And she said, like, so
She,
like,
like,
I had a
freaked out.
second head. Yeah. I went into the bathroom. I looked in the mirror and I was like, "What are you doing? What is going on with you?" And it was in that, I think, that I was made ripe for the gospel, because a few weeks later, I was handed a CD, and the dude on the CD made the music that I liked, and he talked about the God I needed.
Oh, wow.
And I believe, and I've been walking with Jesus ever since.
That's truly amazing.
Yeah.
You went from living on an Air Force base for half your life to moving to the hood when your parents got divorced.
Right, right.
What did that transition do for you emotionally?
It was stressful.
Yeah,
I mean,
could imagine.
I mean, I'm accustomed to seeing weapons, because when you go to the gate, you know, Scott Air Force Base, they had the M16s. I mean, the AK-47s. They were all their dogs. I mean, you felt safe. You felt locked. I mean, we kept our doors unlocked. I mean, we you know, camped outside all the time.
Right.
No issue. Then we went to, my parents divorced, I found myself in the hood. I just felt completely unsafe all the time, so it was hard to sleep.
Like from one extreme to another.
Exactly. and part of it was me was exaggerating. I mean, South St. Pete it's a bad place, so people aren't like, you know, getting shot every moment.
Right.
But I just was very, the two extremes, that dichotomy was one that was difficult for me to swallow. So it was very, very emotionally taxing.
As I mentioned earlier, you've got your new single Sideways, but last year you dropped your EP at 100,
yes.
which landed the #1 spot on Billboard's Christian album chart, and it also scored you a Dove Award for Rap Hip Hop Song of the Year.
Yes.
Did that kind of success surprise you? I mean,
that did surprise me. Yes, that did surprise me. Yes, Show Baraka, a friend of mine, and also was a label mate on Reach. He said that I keep my face to the floor. In one of his songs, said I keep my face to the floor, so that when God opens the door, my vision is the same as it was before. And I have tried to stay low. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to be proud of.
Well, I mean, you do. You definitely do.
Thank you. Well, thank you. But I've tried. So I think by the Lord's grace, these moments don't feel deserved at all.
Yeah.
They naturally don't feel like I should have got that award. You know,
yeah.
Like when a Kanye, somebody like.
Right. You got to stay humble, right?
Exactly. So yeah, it was surprising. I really enjoyed those moments.
It's really amazing. Now, April 21st, you drop your sophomore album, Tomorrow We Live.
Tomorrow We Live.
It kind of explores human suffering in a sense. In your words, what inspired the album? Yes,
the album was inspired, like all my music is inspired by my community in Tampa. So I'm in folks' lives. I'm at the hospital with them. Wow. I'm at the nursing home. I'm in I'm at their house. I'm there when you know, cancer strikes, adultery strikes. When I'm there. So I very much have a front seat in the afflictions of people around me. So from that, I have found, you know, I spent 4 years studying theology, and I found that a lot of that stuff, which has been very good for my heart, don't regret it at all, a lot of it doesn't give me cookie-cutter answers to help people. I thought it would.
Yeah.
I mean, with atheists, I love talking to people who just deny it all. I have plenty of arguments I can pull them, you know, go through the file and say, how about this evidence? But it's not like that with people's lives. People are complex. Christians or non-Christians, people are complex. So I have found that a lot of times the answer is simply, I need to rest in the fact that there is no answer, but God has it figured out. That there is a day coming that will make up for everything that has happened in our lives. That there's always a future and a hope. And because of that, and I've seen people endure great suffering as I study history and in people in my everyday lives, it has always been because of that hope of a new day.
There's a lot of pressure that comes in being in the music business. So, you know, with regards to temptation, for example, how are you able to overcome temptation and stay rooted in your faith?
Right. For me, I don't trust myself a whole lot. So keep people around me.
Just being honest.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I encourage everyone, don't trust yourself too much.
Yeah.
So I keep folks around me, and I have been taught by some good dudes.
That's great. And fatherhood, how's that been for you? Congratulations.
Fatherhood. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a 9-month-old. KBJ, I have a song dedicated to him on my album.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called When I Fall. When I Fall, yes. Right. Maybe. It might be called Fall in Love with You. One of the two.
One of the two, right.
But yeah, so I committed it to him, and yeah, it's been probably the greatest experience of my life, man, is fathering KBJ.
So, amazing.
Yeah.
And you're currently touring with your fellow 116 member, Lecrae.
Yes.
What's the best part of performing live?
The best part is seeing the ethnic diversity.
Right.
People, so if you were familiar with Revelation, God is redeeming people from every tribe, every nation, every tongue. And heaven is going to look like a melting pot.
Oh, yeah.
And to see pictures of that at our concerts and people with one voice.
Coming together.
You know, coming together, dressed differently, size, shapes, whatever, but all united in this Jesus. And I think we really hone on that in our concerts and wield it for, you know, greater understanding and clarity of who God is. And yeah, it's been absolutely exhilarating.
I love that. You've worked with a number of Christian artists.
Yes.
Who's one secular artist you'd work with if you could work with anyone?
Oh, that's a great question. I think if I could work with any non-Christian artist,
yeah,
it would be Bruno Mars. And I don't even want to be on the song. I just want him to sing my whole song and then come out under my name. That's what I want to do. Yes.
I could see that. That would be really dope.
Yes,
I'd love to see you guys.
Bruno is he is our Michael Jackson.
True talent.
I said it. All right.
You went there.
Deal with it. So,
KB, it's been an honor having you. Thank you so much.
my pleasure.
Appreciate you. Again, the album is Tomorrow We Live, and it's out April 21st. Thank you for watching CP Voice. For more information, please email us at cpvoice@christianpost.com, and we hope to see you again next time. Throughout my time with KB, I was in awe of his passion for music and his love for Jesus. Hearing about where he's been and the struggles he faced in his youth and seeing just how far he's come really inspired me. I think his new music will uplift fans and spread messages of love and hope, and I look forward to hearing about his future endeavours.